everybody? It's your boy Rail back with another review. Oh yeah, I feel refreshed, man. For a lot of y'all, I don't know if y'all caught it or not, but after those two season finales, House of the Dragon and Raising Kanan, your boy had to take a little bit of a break, man. I just didn't want to talk. I just wanted to chill out for a minute, and I know that was a lost in content for y'all. Those waiting for Tele Tuesdays and Throne Thursdays, but I have every intention on making up on lost ones, and try to get caught up. So I got all those intentions within today, tomorrow, and Monday. And hopefully I got something preloaded to just drop on Tuesday and Thursday. So we all square. Okay? We're all square. But anyway, we're here for Sons of Anarchy Season 2, Episode 4. All right? Now, before I get into anything, the beginning of this episode, it landed on a few real ass things, like real ass topics. One, who is the biggest cock blocker you know? Like who? Like who? Is it a parent? Is it a friend that don't be getting no ass and just hate to see that you out here living your best life? Is it a op? Is it somebody that's pillow talking against you and just talking bad about you, trying to halt? You know what I'm saying? No, none of those are correct. The biggest cock block in the history of cock blocks is your own kid. Oh yeah. When this episode started and Jackson Tara's out here saying I love yous freely. I remember it was a long time coming for that shit to happen. They know what it was. Now they just saying I love yous. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then as soon as Jack's about to get it in with Tara, just because they just feeling in love is just sporadic. I mean, my man is just getting dressed to leave, but would that stop us, fellas? No. As soon as we get dressed, even sooner we'll get undressed if it means some ass. Okay? But who's there to stop it? Goddamn Abel. You guessed it. Your kid is often your greatest cock block, man. I am a living testament to this statement. I don't think nobody on earth can do it better than my son and my daughter to this day. To this day. The knocks on the door, the calls, oh God. It's just so terrible. So I felt them in a very real way. A very real way. That frustration. I was like, oh my God, another kid strikes again. Another one. All right, and for those of y'all who might do like I do and ignore the, the yelling and the cries and the tummy aches because they so hungry, but you like, look, if you're the one that's screaming from the door, just go, wait a minute, I'll be out there in a second. Salute to you, man. Fuck them kids. Get yours in. Alright, all it's gonna take is a quick 15, 20 minutes. They'll be alright. Alright, you'll learn that later in parenthood. And also, fellas, that scene with Half Sack and the boys when they was all gearing up to go on that charity run, when he sat there and tried to share a very real moment with these individuals, where he says, you know what, I'm about to go get some ball surgery where I get another one added just to get symmetrical. That was such a real blowback he received. He got jokes about glass balls. They was in there, you know what I'm saying, trying to touch on them, just making fun of them, clowning them in a very real moment. He was like, no, guys, it's some new technological shit, man. I'm just waiting for my VA loan. Like, he's really sharing with these animals. Nobody can, no, he was dropping some real, like, because I was feeling him. I was like, yeah, you should get you a second ball, bro. And I think what you're looking for is silicone. Real squishy. I'm like, that's good for you, bro. As I'm watching, I'm like, way to go, Half Sack. You about to be full sack. I support this. Unfortunately, when you get around your guys and you try to share a very real moment with them, this is what's going to happen. And this is one of the things that make this show so real. This is a real life thing that would happen as you try to share with your guys. And fellas, because of that reason, I implore you, get yourself some female friends. Like, I would much rather kick it with my lady friends 9 out of 10 before I go with these ragamuffins of the guys. Like, Maybe you get that later with age, but the dudes is just you can't share shit with them. You ain't gonna get no real conversation with your guys, a group of them, but you get to sharing in your ladies circle. It's nothing but compassion and support. And they gonna make phone calls for you like, oh, I could save you $1,000. I was just looking it up the other day. Cause they thoughtful. Get you some lady friends, man. And ladies, let your man get some lady friends. He'll be a better man to you. Cause he's gonna come to them, let them know all the bullshit going on in the house with the arguments, and they will present your argument oftentimes in a way that he can better digest it. Maybe he'll understand it. Cause sometimes in the heat of the moment, we just ain't getting what the fuck's coming out your mouth. Cause we just don't want to hear the shit. We need an unbiased group, right? That just look at the facts. We need a third party. Now, fellas, was also very important. Don't try to mask these lady friends as something you're just gonna try to smash later. You should have no sexual anything with you and your lady friends, okay? I'm telling you, don't do it. I know you listening to me. I know right now you got a lady friend you want to smash. I say she's no longer your friend. Cut it off. Cut it off. But you ain't gonna listen to me. You gonna crash out. You gonna throw it all away. I know you. I know you. I was you. But you ain't gonna listen. Then you gonna come back under the comment section like, oh man, you was so right. It would have been great if I just yeah. But now, fuck all that. Let's get into the real meat of the show. This episode here really let me know why this show was so good. This show is really deep and it's got like a lot of intricate emotions and feelings and like they really get it's like the little stuff you might overlook. That's some real powerful shit. Real issues, real I don't know. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words actually. I can't really but when I start talking about these scenes, you're going to get a full grasp of what I'm talking about. Now, first, am I the only one who wanted when Gemma got that mask at her crib at the workshop, and then when she took it over there to the cigar guy, and then Henry Roland pulls up and she notices the tattoo. So now that's important. Now she's got the leader. She knows what he looks like. And she finally put a face to the tattoo. So she knows the motherfucker that violated her, right? So these are very important things happening in this episode. Am I the only one who wanted Gemma to put that fucking mask on and shoot the shit out that cigar shop? I was like, Gemma, just please, just go do it. This is a time where camera phones ain't, and everybody's not a walking camcorder, and you're in Charming. Nothing would make me think that there's a bunch of surveillance cameras and shit, ring doorbells. Like, it's not happening in Charming in this era. Not right now. I'm like, boy, she could just put this fucking mask on and shoot that shit up. Whether she catch bodies or not, I would just love to see this form of aggression. Unfortunately, she spent that on a lady annoyingly looking for a parking space. And then I wanted her to shoot her. I know, Rail is not of road rage. But it's just like, bitch, relax. I hate when that happens to me. Like, yo, can I sit in my car or wait for another parking spot? Fuck out of here with your beeping and then you want to hold a conversation? Yo, entitlement. You gonna roll down the fucking window? Like, what? Screaming at me? No. No. And probably that's why I don't own a gun. And I probably never will. Because I don't trust me. You know what I'm saying? I get irritated at that type of shit. I would pull a Gemma. But I don't know no answer that would just come get me out the jam. I don't have any cop friends. I am going down. So, yes, I'd rather not even put myself in that motherfucking situation. But Gemma's going through it, and Ansa really wants to help her, So when he goes to talk to Tara, we see somebody who we know is about to be fucking annoying. The manager or something? Like the doctor's office manager? Somebody who doesn't save lives? Somebody who does a fucking pencil pusher? Like, you're not the talent here, ma. She gonna come to Tara and throw that little jab. Like, I was like, that was so unnecessary. She come out here with her dumbass glasses, with her dumbass haircut, with that dumbass pantsuit, with that dumbass shirt underneath the dumbass pantsuit. And I was just like, ew. I hate all of that energy. All of what she got going on. Look like a fucking professional Velma. Get your dumb ass out of here. And she gonna press Tara talking about, yeah, and it seems like you get a lot of visitors, okay, from both sides of the law. And I'm gonna walk off letting you know that. And Tara's face was of a real. I felt her face like, bitch, what? It was just such confusion. Like, one, why are you pressing me? Why are you looking like, why? Why? I don't even talk to you. It's been 2 seasons. I don't talk to you. Where you come from? Just another annoying, but just want to get in my shit. So I was like, oh my God. But then what we notice is Unser is at his wit's end. He really wants to help Gemma. But we've been getting a vibe from Unser when it comes to Gemma. And it seems like Tara picked it up instantly. Lady friends. I'm telling you, lady friends they zero in on shit that we don't see. But Tara was like, oh, you look like you really care for Gemma. And he gonna try to give us this, oh, I've known her since 12, try to talk her out of running away at 16, and she comes back. And then she somehow relates it, which is foreshadowing. He says that Gemma's return back, minus the baby, is much similar to Tara's. And then we just saw earlier in the episode, Tara was like, she had this realization, like, I'm your old lady. Wow, like, that's kind of cool. I'm a doctor, but I'm also a old lady. Like, oh, wow. So we see that that's some foreshadowing. Tara is Gemma in training. They're giving us all these little clues to let us know Tara is gradually finna lose what she is and transform into something new. Because that whole enlightening I'm an old lady thing, I don't know what that was about. I was like, it's not that big a deal, shorty. Join the club. Like, all these motherfuckers got old ladies. Like, you're nobody special. You're an old lady of the VP. Maybe arguably the most attractive man and charming. That's probably a plus for you. I could see you. I could see you with your little W. Right? But now, she picks up that Unser might have a little bit more. And then he tried to spin us with that whole little story. Like, no, we're not falling for that. There is something deeper there. But, and I think that's also a foreshadowing of their relationship. Because we see later on when Unser tries to, come to a room and say, I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to help you. I want to, but like fucking no, it's not going down. And Gemma's getting that energy from him like, yo, Unser's a bit invested in me. And she almost seems a little, not weirded out, but I guess if you could make a Gemma blush in a way, in some nasty way, because I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like, I don't know. It's weird. So there's a weird Unser Gemma energy going on this episode. And it's just it was increasing from the past episodes. It seems to get to be stronger to some later. And I'm also disappointed in Gemma. She had the drop on Henry, right? She had a backup pistol. Salute her. She rode around like fucking John Wayne. She got double breasted guns. Like, here you go, Unser, take this gun. I got the Glock in the purse, so we good to go. And please, gun people, do not kill me. I don't know if that's a Glock or not. I know I could just feel your energy. Somebody is infuriated in my comments, ready to tell me the make, model, okay, where it began. I don't fuck with gun people. I do not want to get in them arguments with y'all. Like, just let this one slide, is what I'm asking. Okay, I don't know what the fuck type of gun it is. Could be a 9. Okay, it could be a Desert Eagle. No, it couldn't be a Desert Eagle. I know that much. You know what I'm saying? I know that much. But you get what I'm going with this. Please, relax. But when she did that terrific, I'm going to go to the stall next to him, and I'm going to wait it out. First, I thought she was going to blow through the porta potty. That'd have been a hell of a death right there. That was a missed opportunity. I was like, yeah, just shoot blindly into the fucking stall next to you. That would be terrific. But no. So she listens, and he comes out. And I'm like, ooh, this would be a good kill. His back is turned. He's right in front of you. And me, if I was Gemma, if I was some old white lady, let me tell you what I do, right? I'm going to shoot this man that's in front of me, that raped me, right? I'm going to murder him, and I'm going to be back in the stall. I'm not going to run, because you think about it. If you shot him and ran, there's going to be witnesses that was like, oh, this lady dressed in leather, and she was kind of tall. She looked nervous and ran to her car, like, looked like she tucked a gun or some shit like that. Like, no, you don't want nothing to place you at the scene, right? So I would have blasted him and closed the door to the porta potty. And then I would have called the police. Oh, yeah. I'm like, oh my god, I'm in this porta potty. I'm terrified. Somebody just came through shooting. Somebody saved him. I don't want to leave out. No, somebody come help him. And I waited till the cops pulled up. It's charming. They bored. They be there in seconds. Then they'd have been like, oh my god, Jim, are you okay? I know you're a pillar to this society. Yep, that's him. I don't know who killed him. I was terrified. I stopped to pee. You know, I'm an old lady, my bladder. Whatever. Whatever. That would have been done. No investigation. No, that's kind of weird, Jimbo. He's got exit wounds from the front, almost lining up with the porta potty. I don't think they would have went that deep in Charmin, to be honest with you. And who cares about a dead Aryan motherfucker? Like, you know. And by the way, that table full of Aryans is probably the most terrifying group I could. I imagine seeing them motherfuckers walk down my street. Oh no, I'm closing the blinds. Them motherfuckers look like they with the shits. I'm not gonna hold you. But I often do fantasize like, what would happen if I just saw them there and I just sat at the table right next to them? Like, what's going on, gentlemen? Anything, sports? Just to see the reaction, just to see the shock and the hate, and let's just get it. I don't know. I'm crazy though. But yeah, I would have did that. Instead, she gave him a pass. Now, this is what I want to pose to you guys. Cause I was on and off about this one. Is it that she felt bad because clearly he's talking to his son Cliffy? Oh, how's your sports? And then did she just not want to shoot a dad? Like take somebody from their son? Or was it that fear that he did to her, like has her scared, like an internal no, like oh my god, I'm terrified of this dude. Like what if I shoot him and he doesn't go away? What if he comes back? Like so, I didn't know because I hope it wasn't over Cliffy. Fuck a Cliffy. Fuck Cliffy. Fuck his fucking soccer game, or whatever the fuck he was playing. I'm assuming the soccer. I didn't give a shit. No, bro. Your dad gotta go. I'm sorry. He out here fucking doing hate crimes. He out here raping innocent women. Like, no. Sorry, Cliffy. He will not be at your next game. Fatherless. I'm sorry. He got to go. So I was very pissed that Jimmiden was unable to get that one off. But I must say, the energy felt good this episode. It looked good seeing the guys for once, like, excited about going on the ride. We see that Clay is battling them hands. It's getting worse. Now he's getting, you know what I'm saying, steroids or some shit shot into his hands so he can just make it through the day. But the energy felt better. Like this was it was almost like why they got into it in the first place. For once, they didn't have to do no shooting. There was no war. It was just we all finna go on this ride. This is what we do: get on the road, link up with all the guys, ride through town. It felt pure. Of course, they detoured and went to go pick up guns. Cause why would they do anything for fun? You know what I'm saying? And now they're doing the whole handgun mission, but we learn about a name. Is it Johnny O, Jimmy O, Jacob O? I forgot what the Irishman said, but it triggered Chibs. It triggered him. He was like, "Yeah, well, we'll deal with him when he comes stateside." Like, I don't know. So there's some beef. There's some IRA beef going on, and he is a Scotsman, so I don't think he really fucks with the Irish like that. I don't know those dynamics, but something bad happened between them two. So I like how they placed that though. They didn't give us nothing. They just gave us a name and a reaction from an unlikely source. Like Chibs ain't really been done much of nothing in like 2 seasons. So I mean he's been a part of things, but he's never really had his own moment to shine in a way. But I like how this was just an excellent episode because of scenes like this. It's like we're not gonna tell you shit. We're not even gonna allude to nothing, like overtly. We're gonna drop a name, film his reaction, and it'll all make sense sometime down the line. Thought that was excellent. That is supreme writing right there. You're like, oh shit, I'm interested in this. So now we got a whole nother storyline just waiting on the back burner to take off and a place we can come reference to where that happened. Also, when Tig gets picked up about the bounty hunters because I thought that was hilarious. Um, Bobby brings out this dinosaur of a motorcycle. Nobody wants him to fucking bring it, and it does exactly what Half Sack was scared of. He was like, I don't want to ride behind that shit for obvious reasons. It's a fucking smokescreen. It's like the Mach 5, but not as good. You know, the Mach 5 had all like little things you could just drop out the back, like, oh no, or like Death Race, right? With Channing Tatum, which is a horrible movie, but I fucking loved it, and I've watched it several times. But yeah, they got a little smokescreen about like, fam, no, you can't blind me like that, and this shit malfunctioned. Now I'm flipped off my bike, but instead of Half Sack, it happened to Tig. And what I liked is when Tig flipped off the shit, and he was down there in pain. When the camera cut back to Jax, he's sitting there smirking, and I was smirking too. Not because it was funny that he tumbled, but because something bad happened to Tig. That's what I was happy about. Cause he murdered Donna. We're not leaving off this. This is very prevalent. This is gonna be a huge thing. Right? This ain't some small shit. This ain't what Denzel saying Training Day? Killing people ain't like stepping on ants. All right, we not just finna. No, you can't just kill a mother, a fucking wife of a fucking brother. Like, no, this is gonna resonate. So it seems almost like Jackson's smirking, and I'm smirking too. Like, yeah, Tig deserves something bad. He got off too light. But now Bobby is sanctioned with taking care of him. Tig stays behind. Tig, Bobby, Half Sack. That's the crew, right? So he's got this whole HMO issues, and then you see the little admin lady calls up. What we now find out is bounty hunters. Now he's scooped up, and of course they're doing the gun run. So what started off as just fun and lighthearted, of course, gets real. Because how often is something fun and lighthearted going to go down on Sons of Anarchy? How long could that possibly last? So the bounty hunters hop out. They get him in an extravagant fashion, right? Guns out. And Tig really shined in this one. He heard them say, hey, he can't come in battered and bruised. So Tig does what he does best. He incites violence. He does bullshit. He makes you want to punch him in the face. I mean, that's a skill that Tig has. Above all. So he at least bought himself some time. And what we found out that he has an issue out in Oregon, we could only imagine. And I really wanted him to answer, but I thought that was excellent writing. Because he sat there and he teases us. Because we're like, what did Tig do with a livestock van in Decent Exposure? Like, what was the livestock? I know immediately you're asking, was it goats? Pigs? Is it horses? What did Tig do? How did Tig on some livestock? Or did he have sex with a willing lady amongst the live? It could be a plethora of things when you put Tig, indecent exposure, lewd acts on a fucking livestock situation. What was another piece of good writing is when he finds out what it is and he goes, oh shit, I thought that didn't get thrown out? Oh, okay. Okay, no. And then he looks over at the other two who he's been clowning and says, go ahead and ask me. I know you want to know. I know you want to find out what happened in why I'm here. And they don't answer it. They just leave it to our imagination. Another excellent piece of writing. So, little things like that make you go, oh man, I really want to know. So now we get to just debate and argue and just say what we think Tig would have did, which is way more fun than actually knowing. So I thought that was awesome. And now the real shit, the real crux of this episode, right? Now, yet again, Clay versus Jax on decision making. 2 times Jax said, we need to make this into a vote. 2 times Clay said, fuck off. All right, now this last time was a biggie. This was a huge one. Because Bobby been noticing, the club been noticing, but, you know, it's above their pay grade. That's VP versus president. That's father versus son. It's some shit, right? So now at the gas station, they trying to figure out what the fuck do we do about Tig. Clay says, hey, wait, let's get more guys. Wait till nighttime. Go get them. Jax is on the side of, we don't know how long they're going to be there. We got the numbers now. Let's go ambush them. Clay, we don't know how many guns are there. Jax, who gives a shit? We got the surprise element. Two opposing forces. So what does Jax want to do? Let's vote, which is fair. President VP got two different things they want to do. You got enough people here to vote on the situation. Jax knows he's right. So he's like, let's fucking vote on it and it'll be settled. Whatever happens, happens. Now, what I was curious about is why is he going so hard for Tig? He don't even really like him like that. He killed his man's wife. Why is he so thirsty to rescue Tig until it hits me? He doesn't. It doesn't truly matter to him. What really matters to Jax at this moment is being right. What truly matters to Jax at this moment is showing Clay, you're done, you're old, you're making bad moves, you're bad for the club. Him and Piney have already been pining over it. You see what I did there? Him and Piney, even when Piney is telling him like, yeah, I'm looking after, Gemma, and then Clay says, oh, thanks, man, you really looking out for me. Piney's like, yeah, sure, no problem. Because Piney is fully fucking on the Jax train, fully on board with Jax taking over, and is the only one privy to this knowledge outside of the actual people who committed the crime. So Jax and Piney has got this fucking thing going on. And I find that terrific. Like that, their relationship is super intricate. They both got things in common. But you know what makes it so amazing? This thing between Piney and Jax? It's Opie. It's Opie. Piney is Opie's father. Jax is Opie's best friend. Both know who is the reason why Opie is, fucked up, why his kids are fucked up, and why his wife is gone. They know. He doesn't. And because he doesn't, we get scenes like this. They go at Clay, Jax get into it, and hilariously, right? I love this part. Clay goes, you vote on whatever the fuck you want. I'm delivering the guns. He tries to take off like some sassy little girl, and then he doesn't get 2 feet before falling off his shit with his old ass. Right? And I was like, oh, that's awkward. You had this whole exit speech, and it was so powerful, and everybody's like, oh, fuck, we gotta roll with Clay. Until he can't ride. Now he looks like a miserable old man. Fucking Jax rolls his eyes, but the first person to him is Opie. This is why this episode was so good. Opie is under the guise of, this is my president, like it's always been. I'm fully vested. The club is life. I'm pro-president, right? Whatever you want to do. He goes there, he sits down with him, and it disgusts me watching these two talk. The fucking Clay asking him, how's the family? Bitch, you know how the family is. You created this new family dynamic. So I hate this. And then Opie is just saying that he cares. And Opie's like, look, I gotta be honest. I think we should go get Tig now. But I'm down to do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care what these guys going on. You my president, I'm riding with you. So you make the decision. Let's go. He comes to his senses after listening to Opie. And he's like, okay, now we gotta go get Tig. This is what we're gonna go do. And that's when the whole plan of when to go get him is all occurring. But in all of that, Opie is showing his allegiance to the man who got his wife murdered. And that makes it so deep. And Jax has to watch that in disgust, just like the rest of us, knowing he can't tell his mans. And his father knows. And it's just, so when they get into it, Piney is like, fuck this, because Piney's been looking for action for a long time. So I'm glad he got his chance to do that. Piney hops, throws Jackson's shotgun. Excellent scene. Tosses said, hop in the back. Fuck this. Right? Because what can Clay do to Piney and Jax? He knows they know. And these motherfuckers are using that card. Right? They using that guilt card like a motherfucker. And then Jax say, hey, you hop on. Yo, what we doing? We about to kick shit in. Ain't no vote. And then boom, they take off to go do that. Now Bobby immediately knows, oh shit, this is a lot worse, a lot deeper than I thought. But they make a successful recovery of Tig, and now this is where the real shit lays, right? At this little, we delivered the guns, we rescued Tig, and now is the real shit. Bobby and them having fun. Wants no part of it. Jax accuses Opie of like being Clay's mole or telling him what they talk about. Like it's creating a strain. And Jax is like, boy, if I could just tell you about your Lord and Savior Clay, I'd love to see whose side you on now. So, but Jax has to sit with that, and Opie has no fucking clue what's going on. So now he ready to fight Jax because it's like, yo, bro, what the fuck? You don't put me in your family shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes this episode so amazing. It's so many moving pieces. Nobody knows shit, but the ones that know everything, and the people caught in the middle are just lost and have they don't know which way is up. And I'm like, this is just masterful right here. This episode is fucking fantastic. And it wraps up so perfectly because as Jack sits there on his bike getting drunk, Clay knows he's had a fuck enough. This is it. So he just straight up asks him, how long are we going to do this? Tomorrow, next week. And then Jack says, hey, you tell me. How does one get over somebody trying to get your man's murdered and ends up murdering his wife? You tell me. You so good at this. How do I move on? What do I do? And Clay, now he may have been wrong this whole episode. He may have looked like some old lady falling off her bike earlier at the gas station. But when this motherfucker dropped the dime of, I don't know, but you need to do it soon. Because if I hear you mention her or this incident again, I will kill you. Drops mic. I said, well, that's a declaration of war if I ever heard one. That's a real ass threat. And now he put it right back in Jack's court to test his gangster. So Clay looked like a mess, but that line right there lets us know, just like Opie said, Clay ain't going nowhere. Right? That was the summation. There you have it. So it makes episode 5 look quite spicy, I must say. And I got to salute to Unser for line of the episode. It's not a regular thing, but I'm just going to throw that in there. He had a gem of a line. Something I think a lot of us should live our life. Try to attain to live our life to. When Tara was sitting there asking what Unser thinks about their relationship, about those two. You could tell she so cares about the outside world. You know, I hate a chick like that. Like, who gives a shit what other people think? But when she's asking Unser, like, what's his thoughts? He says, hey, don't think too much into it. If you find something that don't make you miserable, keep it. Hold on to it. And I said, damn. Who would have thought I would have got a life lesson from Unser? But true shit. So with that, I say to you, if you find something that don't make you miserable, hold on to it. Protect your health, yourself, your wealth. Your boy Rail is out of here, man. Peace. Yo, I know I don't need no introduction, but y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Hollywood Rail. And I appreciate you for sliding through and watching these videos. But you know what I need from you? Alright, if you ain't already, I need you to like this and subscribe this, man. We at 1,000 trying to get to 2, alright? Push it for your boy. Get them algorithms up. So when it come to that subscribe button,